Good morning. This is the time and place for the planning hearing officer for the date of May 21st, 2025. My name is Dennis Joe, and I will be conducting the hearing as hearing officer. The planning hearing officer meeting will be broadcast live on GTV, viewable on Spectrum Cable, Channel 6, AT&T and UVerse, Channel 99. Meetings are broadcast live on Glendale TV, viewable on Spectrum Cable, Channel 6, AT&T UVerse, Channel 99. Meetings are also streamed live in high definition on city webpage as glendaleca.gov/live, on youtube.com/myglendale, and on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, iOS, Android devices using a free app called Cablecast, choosing Glendale TV from the menu. Meetings are also archived on the city's website for viewing at any time at glendaleca.gov/agendas. For public comments and questions during the meeting, please call 818-937-8100. City staff will be submitting questions and comments in real time to the appropriate person. And this morning we have one case involving discretionary permits and applications. Prior to getting into that, our items, I'm just going to go over the hearing procedures. The hearing will proceed as follows. I will read the description of the application and request. I will read the reports received from other city departments and other letters or communications from interested parties. The case planner will make a brief presentation over the case and give an analysis and make a recommendation. The applicant then will be connected via phone or in person by both stating their name and address, and it will be asked to present the case within 15 minutes. Others in support or in opposition to the application and interested parties will be connected by telephone, given or in person, a 3-minute time limit. Again, clearly stating both their name and address prior to speaking. Lastly, the applicant will be given the opportunity to make closing comments. If desired, the response of testimony is given by the preceding speaker within a 5-minute time limit. And after that, the hearing will be closed and be taken in under submission. Findings. If the evidence is presented in the application at the hearing meets the required findings set forth by the municipal code, then the project can either be approved or approved with conditions. If the finding of facts are not evident, then the request will be denied. In regards to the decision, after the hearing, the decision will be prepared in writing and will be in the form of a letter sent to the applicant and all persons who respond to the public notice, either by speaking at the meeting or this hearing this morning, or by anyone who had written a response to the case planner or have provided their name and mailing address at this meeting as well. The date of the decision will be appearing on the decision letter. Records decisions for all projects will be posted online on the Planning Division's website. Appeals. Under the appeal provisions of Title 30, Chapter 3062 of the Glendale Municipal Code, the decision may be appealed to the Planning Commission within 15 days of the decision date on the letter. Anyone wishing to appeal must contact the case planner to obtain forms or information regarding to the appeal process submittal, which also is available on www.glendalepermits.com, which you can file for appeal as well. In regards to public notice, notifications of this hearing was accomplished by using the public notices which were mailed to property owners and occupants within 500 feet of the subject property, physically posted on the site in question, and placed in the local newspaper. Speaker card. If you wish to speak, please write your name and address on one of the speaker forms which have been provided at the front of the door and submitted and can be submitted to our planning staff. And these speaker cards are the green forms by the door. I would like to inform everyone that the official proceedings of the planning hearing officer hearing are being televised live and may be viewable online on the city's website. Moving on to the actual hearing, like I mentioned before, there's one case. The case number is PCUP 004490-2025, located at an address of 422 Magnolia Avenue, and the request is a renewal of a CUP or conditional use permit to allow the continued operation of an existing tavern with on-site sales, service, consumption, and off-site sales of alcoholic beverages, and to add a Type 2, which is a wine manufacturing license to the business. And just to briefly go over the comments received from other departments, most of them have been either no comment, but I do see one from Building and Safety stating that the floor plan that was submitted with the application does not meet or is not substantially the same or match the construction building permits. And I believe they were asking for a tenant improvement or some improvements for permits. Perhaps before we go in there and I open up the public forum, we can definitely go into discussion of that. So allow me to kind of continue this. Okay. And I do see something from PD. And it seems like they had given their analysis as far as the concentration of ABC licenses in the area and the crime statistics. And I think SOC can go in that a little bit further, but it didn't seem like they are opposed to the proposal. And they had maybe some standard conditions, but this is all as far as comments received from other departments. And now I will turn this over to our case planner, who will give a brief overview and presentation for the application.
Good morning and thank you. This is a renewal of a conditional use permit to allow the continued operation of an existing tavern with sales and service of alcoholic beverages and to add an ABC Type 2 wine manufacturer license to the use. The applicant is requesting a conditional use permit to allow the continued operation of an existing tavern, brewery with tasting room, with on-site sales, service, and consumption, and off-site sales of alcoholic beverages, and to add an ABC Type 2 wine manufacturer license to the tavern. The Type 2 license will allow the tavern to produce wine and cider in addition to beer. The property is located at 422 Magnolia Avenue, and the business is Paperback Brewing Company. The project site is a 7,431 square foot trapezoidal lot located on the south side of Magnolia Avenue between Los Angeles Street and San Fernando Road. The site is located in the IND industrial zone. There's one building located on the project site, a single-tenant industrial building that occupies most of the lot, as well as a grain silo at the front northeast corner. The surrounding area includes various manufacturing and light industrial development, as well as commercial uses, including automotive services and another tavern, Glendale Tap. The existing tavern occupies the 5,781 square foot Quonset-style building built in 1946, originally for manufacturing. There is one ADA parking space on site at the front of the building, accessed via an existing driveway on Magnolia Avenue. On February 23, 2017, conditional use permit case number PCUP 1625871 was approved with conditions to allow the operation of a tavern, brewery with tasting room, with sales and service of alcoholic beverages. The history of the site illustrates that Paperback Brewing has operated responsibly at this location, with no major incidents associated with the business. The application was routed for comments, and no major concerns were received from the various city departments, including police and neighborhood services. Standard conditions have been placed on the project to mitigate any potential negative impacts. The applicant is requesting to renew and continue the previously approved tavern operations and to add an ABC Type 2 license. The request does not propose any physical modifications, so the site, building, floor plan layout, and equipment will remain as is. The tavern operates with a Type 23 license that allows them to produce and sell beer. The Type 2 license will allow the production and sales of wine and cider. Wine and cider production follow the same basic principles of beer production, so the business will use their existing fermenters and no new or additional equipment will be required. The added license will enhance their offerings and attract non-beer drinkers to the business. The applicant's request will be consistent with the various elements and objectives of the general plan, including the land use element which designates the subject site as industrial. The request would be in keeping with the goals of the industrial land use designation to promote independent small businesses and expand light manufacturing industry. Staff believes the required findings of fact can be made for this case and recommends that the planning hearing officer approve the requested conditional use permit to allow the continued operation of an existing tavern with the addition of wine and cider production and service, subject to the draft findings and recommended conditions of approval included as Exhibit 1 with the staff report. As of now, no public comments have been received by either written correspondence or phone call. That concludes my presentation. I am available for questions. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. I'd like to call up anyone on the speaker cards. I do see one. It's for an other, but do we have the applicant here present today? Okay, and then are you Joe Tremba? Okay, so I'll call up the applicant. Go ahead and come on up, state your name and address, and then we'll fill up a card later on. And then go ahead and give your presentation, testimony, or whatever, and speak on the item behalf.
That's great. Good morning. My name's Chris Sesnick. I'm one of the owners and the applicant speaking on behalf of Paperback Brewing Company at 422 Magnolia Avenue, Glendale, California. Thank you for meeting with us today to review our request for an extension on our California use permit. Also, a special thanks for all those who've come in to support us here at Paperback. For the record, we concur with the findings and the staff recommendation for approval, and we do agree with the draft conditions that have been presented. I would like to speak briefly about Paperback Brewing, what we have accomplished as a company, and our contributions to the community over the last 5 years. Paperback's Brewing is in a unique Quonset hut located at 422 Magnolia Ave, a building so unique in character, it was the perfect location to complement our craft brewery brand. Our goal was clear, to build a brewery and a tasting room that wasn't just for beer lovers, but a social place where you could bring your family. Paperback transformed an old airplane hangar into a mid-century inspired tasting room with every detail carefully designed to create a warm, welcoming environment. Opening in the midst of COVID, we complied with all public health mandates, never receiving a single citation. All of our bartenders are professionally trained and hold valid certification as required by the state of California. Safety is a top priority for Paperback Brewing, and our staff is equipped to serve responsibly while maintaining welcoming and secure environment for all guests. Paperback Brewing is more than just a tasting room serving award-winning beer. It's a vibrant community hub, whether it's professionals unwinding after work, families relaxing on the weekend, or artists and small business finding a platform. Paperback offers something for everyone. It has become a thread in Glendale's social fabric, from weddings and baby showers to game days with fellow fans. Paperback works with the city to host a city-sponsored event, Glendale's Tech on Tap, a networking and education series the last Wednesday of every month. In addition, we've also made meaningful partnerships that empower small businesses. We work with Wallflower Market LA, who coordinates monthly events at Paperback, gathering the community to support local business. And for over 2 years, our resident food truck, Bun and Blanket, has become a staple for Paperback, serving their fan-favorite award-winning smash burgers, crafted with high-quality ingredients that appeal to beer drinkers and foodies alike. Paperback is committed to staying engaged in the community and actively giving back. We've donated to the Glendale Police and Fire Department and the Mayor's Office. We have spoken at City Council meetings to support the permitting process and written recommendations on the city's behalf. To help drive traffic and bring awareness to Glendale's Arts District, Paperback participates in Glendale's Art Sock Creative Program and runs a city-sponsored pop-up tasting at 123 North Artsock Ave. In addition to its renewal, Paper seeks to amend the CUP to include a Type 2 wine grower's license. This would allow us to ferment wine and cider alongside our beer production. Expanding into wine and cider broadens our brand exposure and enhances our tasting room experience, offering these options for guests who don't drink beer or have gluten sensitivities. In conclusion, most importantly, Paperback is a small business. It is a team of hardworking men and women who are reliant on us and are the backbone of the business. We operate with a dedicated staff, about 25 people, and a third of them are full-time. Our team members receive competitive pay, benefits, and vacation time. Employees also gain valuable experience working along skilled industry leaders who are dedicated to mentorship and professional growth. Paperback Brewing Company remains committed to supporting Glendale's growth, not just economically, but culturally and socially, and we look forward to continuing that with your support. Thank you.
Great, thank you. I do have a quick question. I'm referencing the floor plan, and I noticed, I wanted to ask about the outdoor patio area that appears to be on the adjacent parcel.
Sure.
Is that something that's being proposed?
That is something that was put into effect. We had the generosity and kindness of our neighbor that gave us that property. We went through the ABC to license it, and then during the COVID pandemic, we did the al fresco paperwork for that space.
Right. Okay. Yeah, usually, because if it's on the land entitlement is tied to the land, and if this is on someone else's property.
Yep.
Without their, their consent.
It is with their
for the file, within our file. I don't want to say, this is part of your outdoor area. The city authorizes with the life of this conditional use permit that they are forever given that patio on someone else's property. Right. So I just wanted to ask about that. And I just noticed it was on someone else's lot. No, I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
I don't think so. I can answer. I know that you might have had building and safety questions. I'm more than happy to answer.
Oh, thank you for bringing that up.
Yep.
I just kind of pointing out, do you have any comments on that? It just seems like they just noticed there were some inconsistencies with it. If you're good with the conditions with that,
Yes,
we're good
I
with
think originally I had uploaded the wrong site plan by mistake. I came back and I updated the site plan. In terms of tenant improvements, we're using the same equipment. We won't be mashing our grapes. We don't have a vineyard either. So we'll be bringing those grapes in, or the wine, the pressed cider, and fermenting in our existing equipment. So there shouldn't be any tenant improvements.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it. I'll call you up if there's anything else.
Great, thank you very much.
Okay. Being that I do see one speaker card here, I'm going to call up Joe Tremba. Okay, just for the record, go ahead and state your name and your address, and please speak.
Sure. Hi, my name is Joe Tremba. My address is 6137 Case Avenue, North Hollywood, California, 91606. Excuse me if I'm not as polished as Chris was right there. I wasn't really planning on speaking today, but on my way over, I was kind of struck with a feeling of gratitude. I was brought on by Paperback Brewing Company 3 months ago as their tasting room manager. I am a previous owner, 14-year owner part owner, operating partner of the Fat Dog Restaurant. We've had 3 locations over the years, from our first location in Montrose, second location in Fairfax, and our third location in North Hollywood, California, on Magnolia Boulevard. I bring with me to the table and to Paperback nearly 30 years of experience working with Type 47 licenses. And I just wanted to, again, show my gratitude for the council and for Paperback for employing me, because our business unfortunately suffered from the pandemic, from the economic losses, the cost of goods and services rising over the past few years, the effects of the declining industry. I'm sorry, excuse me.
Doing great.
I lost a dream after working 14 years, and Paperback gave me a second chance. And they brought me on, and I bring 3 decades of experience working in this industry. And I just, on behalf of everyone here, I wanted to thank them for the opportunity to put me back to work at a time when this community and the people in Los Angeles really need to get back to work. And I can attest to everything that Chris said about supporting our community. Since my time being there, I have fielded daily requests for graduation parties, for weddings, for even celebration of life ceremonies to be held at Paperback. And that's what this community thinks about Paperback. It's what my old restaurant used to be, and I'm thankful for another opportunity to do what I do best. And I know I don't just speak for myself, but I speak for many of these people here. Thank you for the work. I thank you for your time and consideration, and I 100% support the people behind me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. Now I see there's no other speaker cards. I do see others in the audience. Is there anybody else that would like to speak on behalf of this application? And seeing that I do not see anybody indicating nodding yes or no. Yes or no. Chrissy, if you don't mind, may I ask you one more question? Thank you. And just for the record, go ahead and speak your name, and then,
Chris Sesnick, business address is 422 Magnolia Ave, Glendale,
Thank you.
California.
now I know you're adding the manufacturing of wine, and I just want to confirm that it's not expanding the footprint, and as you mentioned before, internally, the layout stays the same, there's no other locations or anything like that, just want to confirm.
Everything is 100% the same. It's already been approved by the TTB, and ABC has approved it to the point where we're just waiting on the amendment to the CUP.
Okay, so it just takes place at existing spaces or free spaces that the
Same
brewery?
fermenters, everything.
Perfect, that's all I wanted to ask. Thank you very much. Sock, do we have anybody else calling?
There are no phone calls.
Okay. Now, seeing that I see no phone calls, I do see there's no rebuttals that need to be had. I don't think there's much to further to speak about this. I do see this in a positive manner. I will take this case under submission, and a decision letter will be rendered within the near future. And I'm going to officially close this meeting. Thank you for everyone's participation. Right now, it is about 9:52 on May 21st. Thank you.